Hey everyone, this is Sons of Nerddom, starring me, Patrick Lees.
And Caleb Rudd.
Yeah, let's not forget that. And welcome to another episode of our not so amazing podcast in which we struggle to create good comedy and find no reason to kill ourselves. So basically,
15 seconds in, you're already shedding our own mouths.
Well, life is meaningless anyway, so what's the point?
What have you been up to, man?
I've done absolutely nothing with my time but work, but I think I have some great funny work stories though.
Go for it.
Like this one time. Oh shit.
It's a cool story, bro.
No, I work at a grocery store and I'm a produce clerk. And I was stocking vegetables. I don't remember which vegetables. I was just stocking vegetables.
Like you're putting them on the shelves, you're like following a piece of broccoli around like a creepy bastard.
I was just following it around like I watched that ass from afar with binoculars. No, I was putting it back on the shelf. I think it was corn. I was restocking corn, and this guy comes up to me,
right,
and gets all political, and I'm like, doing the usual like, "Hi, can I help you find anything?"
As you do.
And he goes, "Yeah, $1 million." I'm like, "Oh, we have to be very good with customer service." So I'm like, "Oh, yeah, me too." Haha, trying to play along. Right. He goes, "Yeah, I almost had it, but the government took it away from me." Fucking Democrats.
Oh my god.
And it just leaves and walks away, like immediately leaves after that. Like I never saw him again.
What the fuck?
I don't even know what to say. I just kind of sat there. I was like, all right.
Bye.
See you later. No, speaking of grocery stores are something else. Like there was one, I don't know if you remember this. There's, for those out there, Girl Scout cookies. Let me just
dude, the story?
Oh, so there was one time where me and Caleb, we went to a Fred Meyer.
Yeah.
Downtown.
I don't know what we were doing. We're looking for video games, maybe?
We were looking for something. I don't even remember. But we're downtown, and there are these Girl Scouts there. They're doing their usual like, "Oh, would you like to buy some Girl Scout cookies?" And so I'm like, okay, this is going to be funny. So, this is why we're terrible people. But, oh shit,
Oh, because I yelled at them, maybe?
Yeah, I don't know.
At little girls trying to make a living?
Probably. Anyway, so we get out of the grocery store, and we look at the little, the cute little Girl Scouts. They're doing their little cute selling Girl Scout cookies. Like, "Oh, would you like to buy Girl Scouts?" Do their little thing.
Yeah.
And so we yell at them. We get out there, and they're like, "Oh, would you like to buy Girl Scouts?" And I look them dead in the eye, and me and Caleb start screaming, "You're the reason that we're fat! It is because of you!"
And the best thing is that, so we yell, "You're the reason why we're fat." And the best thing ever wasn't the girl's reaction, because the girls, like, their eyes widen up. They didn't know what to say, because no one ever, says that to them. But the best response was their parents. Because their parents lost their shit and started laughing harder than I've seen anyone laugh in a very long time.
So it's not bad enough that we're screaming at these little kids.
I mean, we weren't screaming at them. We maybe
yelling.
I wouldn't say yelling. We maybe said something. It was not a little intensely, I suppose. We weren't calling them bitches. We weren't yelling at them.
Yeah, but still, we were yelling at kids.
Okay, I suppose. When you boil it down to its simplest terms.
But yeah, we're yelling at kids, and we're like, "You're the reason why no one loves us. You're the reason we want to kill ourselves." I mean, I'd start screaming and crying too.
Man, we already got to the suicide portion of the topic.
Surprise everyone, it's not worth
Patrick.
it. Surprise everyone, it's not worth it.
Damn, dude, calm down.
Anyway, no, so,
You got any less edgy work stories you want to share?
Not really. I mean, it's mostly just I encounter some weird fucking people at work.
Like what? Name some more.
I remember this one guy today. Actually, I was restocking avocados. He's like, "How can you tell if they're good?" Yeah, I was restocking avocados, and I came across this kind of older guy, who I'd say was probably in his 60s, maybe 70s. He was at that age where he could walk around and do stuff, and he wasn't that old, but he was still pretty aged.
Right.
And so I was restocking the avocados, and he comes over and he's like, "How can you tell if they're good?" I'm like, "Well, do you want the fresh avocados that were put out 20 minutes ago, or do you want the extremely avocados? Because I had a box of them in my hand because I was restocking them.
Right.
Like, do you want the extremely fresh avocados? Like, what do you want? He goes, huh, that's killing me. I'm like, well, thank you. I'm glad. That's really funny to you, I guess. And he looks at me and goes, I grow this shit for a living.
So, if you guys for a living, why not go up in the backyard and just pick a fucking avocado off of the tree instead of wasting his time coming to the store?
I don't know, I think he was just a farmer, like, back in his day, and so now he's, like, retired. But I don't know, he just looks me dead in the eye and goes, I grow this shit for a living.
Jesus.
I'm like, alright, okay. He goes, I'm just messing with you. You're doing a pretty great job, though. Good job, kid. I'm
Dude,
like,
speaking of weird-ass people you keep running into while you're working there, the cheese lady, dude. The cheese lady.
The cheese.
The one that touched you. Not in like a sexual way, but like just put her hands on her shoulder and wouldn't remove it.
That's a pretty sexual way. Anyway, so no, one time, occasionally I went from like produce to like grocery and whatnot.
As you do, yeah, bouncing around.
And so, I was restocking cheese, and this older lady came up to me, and I was like, doing the usual, you know, how can I help you find anything? And so, she gets up in my face, wide-eyed, doesn't even blink, looks me dead in the eye and goes, I haven't even started looking. And I'm like, alright. And she goes, oh no, it's okay. I know you're just trying to protect your turf and do your job, and like starts to pat my back. And then she pats my back and then leaves her hand on my shoulder. Like, it does not move. And the scary thing about that is, like, not only does she not remove it, she keeps it there for, like, 5 minutes. Like, a good solid, I don't even know, she might have even squeezed my shoulder. I don't know. I was really, like, I think I did not give her permission to do it. I was really freaked out. I'm like, is this the way this ends?
Is this the way it ends? The cheese lady?
The cheese lady.
Like the log lady in Twin Peaks?
Oh my goodness, that lady was weird too.
Something is happening, isn't it?
My log thinks so.
Did you ever watch that show?
No, I watched part of it. I got our friend Bailey Holler. Our friend Bailey who lives in town.
You've already said her last name is too far gone.
This person, we don't know her name. She was just in musicals with us, but I got her to watch Twin Peaks. I was like, hey, you should really watch the show. First season was great. But what I didn't do that she did is she kept watching. Like, I finished I think there were like 2 seasons.
That sounds about right, 2 seasons.
And so, I finished season 1, and I never started season 2, just because I never got around to it.
Right.
But she did. And so, she got to season 2, and she watched it all the way through, and I'm like, finally I get a text from her that's like, hey, Patrick? And I'm like, yeah. You know, what's going on? And she's like, so I finished Twin Peaks. What the fuck? There's aliens, there's
what?
Like, there's aliens, there's ghosts. This is just some really weird shit. And I'm like, I'm so sorry, baby. I didn't know what happened. She goes, you didn't know? And I'm like, no. I didn't watch season 2. You did. You were supposed to be my eyes and ears so I can know if I should or not.
Well, I had the same kind of thing happen to me. So our friend Dylan, huge nerd like us, we might have her on the show one of these days. It'd be kind of cool to get her on.
Talking nothing but Hannibal, though.
Yeah, okay, yeah, she's obsessed with Hannibal in a big bad way. But she
I wouldn't call it bad, but
yeah, but she got me to start watching the Gay Brothers. Not the gay. They're not actually gay. Tumblr makes them gay.
Tumblr makes everything.
Supernatural. She got me on Supernatural, and she didn't tell me like practically anything about the show. All she told me was 2 brothers go hunt supernatural beings.
Well, that's pretty much what it is.
Yeah, except that your heart ripped out every half an episode.
Well, literally and figuratively.
Yeah. So I'm sitting there watching it, I'm like, Jesus Christ, this is sad. And I send her a text, I'm like, what the fuck? She goes, oh yeah, sorry, I forgot to mention that. I'm like, fuck you, man.
It's like, oh, surprise, it's emotional.
Yeah. I'm like, that's not cool. You can't just do that.
You can't do that to a homie.
But other than working, you haven't really been up to anything much?
No, not at all. I mean, just looking forward to the Suicide Squad, really.
Oh, dude, those trailers are beautiful.
I really, like, for one of my comic books, if it ever gets, like, turned into a movie, I really want to use Ballroom Blitz for a rain fight scene. Like, my character versus, like, a whole gang of, like, people, and just Ballroom Blitz while he has, like, a sledgehammer and beats them up.
That'd be dope.
I would, yeah, that's what I aim to do someday. Because Ballroom Blitz, I never realized how important or funny it could be used in any way, shape, or form until Suicide Squad used it.
Yeah, it's a good song. I've heard that song, forever. I mean, it's older than we are, so it's been around to be listened to before we were even an idea. But I went to a lock-in. My church used to do lock-ins. We don't anymore because people got caught having sex. Go figure.
Wait, really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, surprise, Catholic school. Wait, who was having sex? Was it like two teenagers or the priest and the teenager?
Hey, you know what? The most effective position's on your knees. Just say.
All right.
Jesus Christ, I'm kidding. No,
Holy shit.
No, two teenagers got caught doing the nasty during a lock-in, so my church stopped having lock-ins.
The reason my church stopped having lock-ins, we didn't get enough like adult chaperones.
Well, that's a little more.
Our church is holier than yours.
Yeah, what's with that? Because that would make my church look a little more holier than your church, a little holier than mine.
Yeah, well, at least, you know, our teenagers don't have sex.
Or does my church not have a party?
Good point.
Anyway, what was it talking about?
Teenagers having sex.
No, before that.
Priests.
Lock-ins.
Oh, yeah.
The guy who would do the lock-ins, the youth group minister at my church who would do lock-ins, would bring a rock band. And there was basically two songs that were on constant rotation every lock-in. And it was Ballroom... This is since middle school. So it was Ballroom Blitz.
Wait, if it was middle school, please tell me there was like some like emo 90s, like... What was that song where it's like, carry me home?
Okay, you're right. There's three on rotation.
Oh my gosh, that one too?
It wasn't that song, but it's one similar. So it was
great.
Ballroom Blitz, Eye of the Tiger,
oh.
and the emo song was fucking Kryptonite by 3 Doors Down.
Hey, that's a good one though. That's the only good emo one.
I know, but it's still emo. So like I would be playing flipping like Smash Bros in the corner with somebody, and for hours you would hear nothing but Ballroom Blitz. I'm like, Jesus Christ, knock it off. And if it wasn't like, and finally somebody would switch the song to like Eye of the Tiger, so it's like refreshing. So like finally a different song. But then they would play Eye of the Tiger for the next 30 minutes, and only that. And the people playing would only play on easy. So you couldn't just watch them and have fun watching them because they all sucked at it in a big, bad way.
Oh, jeez. Well, like, suck as in the way, like, you know, the lock-ins got canceled, or?
No, it sucked like an Ultra Boy when he was hanging out with the priest.
So the way the lock-ins got canceled?
So the way the lock-in got canceled, I suppose.
I can't believe that's the reason. Like, it doesn't surprise me. Not because, like, you guys are Catholics. No, it has nothing to do with that. I'm kidding.
Trust me, I knew the guy who got caught doing the nasty. Doesn't surprise me.
Oh my, do you know who it was?
I know who it was.
Let's expose him live on air. So
no,
who was he?
I'm not gonna name names, so I'll go to hell.
Well, I mean, it wasn't Jesus, so I mean, you won't go to hell because you know he didn't do that stuff because he's like, you know, the only good person left in this world.
Except Jesus isn't on this world anymore.
He's with me in spirit.
But yeah, so that's why my church stopped doing lock-ins. That people started banging in the rooms.
Oh my goodness. Okay, but that doesn't surprise me though, only because like.
Any fun shit happened at your lock-ins though?
No, I never went.
You never went to lock-ins?
Nope, I never went. I mean, it was like I could go to a lock-in, or finally be like alone and have the house to myself. Which would you take?
So let's weigh our options.
Alright, so you have a lock-in where it's a bunch of like, where you're like a sophomore.
Right.
You're the only sophomore. Like,
right.
You're the oldest kid in the room. Right. Everyone else is middle school, like 7th grade.
Right.
Or younger.
Okay.
There's a bounce house. That's just pretty cool.
That's dope. Your lock-ins had bounce houses at your church? My church had rock band.
There weren't bounce houses, but like we got one of those like inflatable slides. The youth group leader went all out and got an inflatable slide, which I helped set up.
Well, that's badass.
And so
my church had rock band.
Like it was that, and we would take the Wii we had from home, and we would let the youth group director borrow it.
Right.
And so there was Super Smash Bros. And that, and they would play disco music, kind of, well, not disco, but just kind of dance party music.
Right.
And so, I mean, it wasn't a bad thing to go. There was pizza, and it wasn't like it wasn't fun.
Right.
But then again, if I stayed home, I could be by myself and I could watch.
And aggressively masturbate for hours on end.
Which I did. I'm kidding, I did not. Well, it wasn't aggressive. But, no, I'm kidding. So... So what really happened is,
when you said it wasn't aggressive, the only thing that came to mind was Macklemore's Same Love Song at the end, where it's like the chick going, "Love is patient, love is kind."
I was patient and kind. And so
you're killing me, Smalls.
No, so what? That's not what happened at all. What really happened? What really happened anyway is so I would get home, and so I mean, granted, it was fun. Those lock-ins were great, and they were fun. I mean, I didn't go to them, but they sounded like they were really, really great. And when I would have loved and had a good time there, but at the same time, when I got home, I could have just ordered a fresh. I mean, granted, Papa Murphy's is amazing, but Papa Murphy's versus like calling the local pizza joint with hot and fresh.
True.
Because, like, it was hot and fresh from, like, Papa Murphy's taking it out of the oven, but I mean, like, it was still more lukewarm. So, like, hot.
It's the last chance of you fucking it up because you have to cook it. Because I constantly fuck up those pizzas.
Oh, yeah. And so, like, I ordered a pizza.
Right.
And we have a pizza joint in town called Pizza Colin, and they make really, really good pizza. So, well, that's one thing I've noticed is local pizza joints make amazing pizza, but their breadsticks are kind of shitty. And like big chain restaurants like Domino's Pizza and Pizza Hut, their pizza's like kind of, it's okay and it's decent.
Right.
But like their breadsticks are, oh my goodness gracious, they're to die for. And all their side dishes are amazing, like those Parmesan bites from Domino's or the breadsticks from Pizza Hut. Oh, those are so good. Meanwhile, at local places, locale. Damn it, how do I say it? It sounds like I'm saying loco. Local. Yeah, I know. I've been saying that. It just sounds like loco. Like ay loco, ay pizza loco. The local places make really good pizza, and so I would call the local pizza joint was like, hey, can I get a pizza? So basically, this is the picture. Is I'm at my house. I'm alone. Like there's no one there. I can finally be me. Which is
by aggressively masturbating.
No, I was patient, remember? No, I could be myself. Like, I could get into, like, boxers.
Right.
Reminder, I'm like a sophomore here, so, like...
Right.
It may not seem great now, but back then it was fucking awesome. And so, got into boxers. Ordered a pizza. Popped some popcorn.
Right.
And, I just put on action movies all night.
Right.
Like, I would watch The Expendables, 1, 2, like, I marathoned it, and then any other action movies I had, or just any TV shows I was binging at the time, like American Dad, I could just sit there, I could lay down, I could relax, I could just binge watch, action movies, explosions, and just be a guy. Like, if Mad Max Fury Road had come out at the time, which it didn't, I probably would have watched that too, just be a guy.
Right.
And it was really great. It was really fun. Like, it wasn't completely dark in my house. I left the kitchen light on, so I mean, like, it was I have 3 kitchen lights, kind of, like, not to seem rich, like, there's a light in the kitchen, and the dining room is right next to the kitchen, and so there's a light for the dining room and a light for the kitchen, and then there's a light above the stove, which illuminates, like, the living room and the kitchen enough to where you can see perfectly. It's lit up and everything, but, like, it's not too bright.
Alright.
So you can, it's kind of like my turtle light over here. I have a turtle, and I have a turtle light, so it was still lit up, but, like, the atmosphere was still really dark.
I like how this went from the Sons of Nerddom podcast to let's let Patrick describe his entire house to you in vivid detail.
Alright, this is where
what kind of walls was it? Was it like popcorn walls, or was it like spackle, drywall? What was up?
Purple.
Oh, sweet.
Anyway, so no, but yeah, it was lit up enough to where you could see it move around, but still kept the dark-ish atmosphere, so you could see the TV perfectly, and it was beautiful. Yep. It was really fun. And so it was amazing.
Nice. So in keeping with the theme of the title of our podcast, Sons of Nerddom,
nope, let's derail right now.
Did you see that we had our first photos of Superman from CW Supergirl?
Yeah, I'm not sure about that. He looks more like Jeffrey Dean Morgan and Negan.
Right. So did you see more of the photos? Or just the initial release photo?
Just the initial release photo. Apparently there's a photo of him as Clark Kent.
That
got released recently, I heard.
Right.
But I didn't look at it or anything. I don't know. I don't really care, honestly. I like Arrow is decent.
Right.
Like, I heard Arrow was okay. Kind of shitty, but not, you know.
So, the editor, whoever edited the photo of the release photo of him in the suit, needs to get fired. Because that photo looked like ass. And I thought the suit looked like shit when that photo came out. Because it just looked god-awful. Then set photos came out. And the unedited set photos looked 10 times better than the announcement photo.
Oh, jeez.
Because the announcement photo, he looked flat. And like he didn't look muscular at all. So it looked like Brandon Routh was back in the suit.
Brandon Routh?
Superman Returns Batman?
Oh.
Sorry, Superman Returns Superman.
Yeah.
So he looked undefined, like, and to be fair, I'm not the world's buffest guy either, so I can't really body shame. I'm not trying to body shame, but he just looked tiny for Superman.
Yeah, I know.
Because compared to Henry Cavill, he just looked tiny. I wasn't all that impressed. And he looked weird. It looked like he had stubble on his face.
Yeah, I was about to say Superman's, but yeah, I noticed that
it was
too,
like Superman with like a 5 o'clock shadow, which is very non-Superman-ish.
Yeah, he's supposed to be like this, you know, American, like, clean-shaven, hair back kind of person.
And he didn't look that great in the...
he looked more like Batman, actually. I could maybe see him even being a pretty okay Batman with how he...
Yeah, because, like, he had a 5 o'clock shadow going on and shit. But somebody started releasing set photos, and the set photos look awesome. Like, the suit
really?
looks like a cross between, like, the Man of Steel suit fabric and
yeah, I heard it was like...
And, like, a combination of, like, the Injustice suit.
I heard it was, like, it kind of played a little bit of root back to, like, the original, like, Superman look. Like,
I guess
pre-New 52 kind of.
Yeah, I guess the best way I can describe it is if, like, the suit from Man of Steel and the suit from Superman Returns had a love child. And that's basically what he's wearing. And it looks badass. And on the set photos, he's muscular. The dude's ripped, clearly. And his muscle definitely shows through the suit, but for whatever weird reason, like, they softened up the muscle definition lines in the press release photo. But in the set release photo, dude's jacked. Dude's big.
Well, like, I wasn't sure because I know, like, the guys from Teen Wolf, and oh my gosh, I fucking hate that show.
Well, I haven't seen Teen Wolf. Apparently, it's supposed to be really good.
Don't watch Teen Wolf. I'm not. It's too. There's like more teen drama than it is, you know, Teen Wolf, kind of.
Right.
Because like I don't know, I was with
it's
a
like
friend.
a TV show version of a movie, right?
Kind of.
Of the movie Teen Wolf.
I'm not quite sure. I mean, I was with a friend
Right.
at the time when I watched it, and so like.
My lady friend.
Yeah, let's not go there.
All right.
No, I have a girlfriend who listens to this. No, but and so.
I'm sorry.
I was somewhere watching it.
Right.
And
at church.
Sure. And so I was watching it, and I don't know what the villains were really cool. I will admit they were called like the Dread Doctors or something. I don't know. Just their costume design, the way they looked, were incredibly interesting and cool, and I'd love to see them. Not even be just villains. I'd love to even see like a spin-off vigilante series about them.
Right.
If possible. But so what they were is like there were 3 doctor-like figures with like the way whoever did the costume design was a fucking genius.
Right.
Because like their coats, they all wore like kind of woolish coats, but the way they did it was they're kind of in order. Like one of the the Dread Doctor on the very left has a trench coat that goes all the way down to like his knees.
Okay.
Then the middle one has like a pea coat that goes down to kind of his thighs. Like it's shorter than the first one, and then the last one is even shorter than that. So like their coats get shorter per person. And I thought that was really clever.
Interesting.
And so I don't know where that came from or who thought of that, but they need to get hired for more, you know, stuff.
Right.
And so
that's dope.
I can't remember. They all wore top hats. That was kind of weird.
That is weird.
But I think one of them had like a glove that was like kind of not quite. It wasn't a Freddy Krueger, but it was more like, you know, the Scarecrow from Arkham Asylum, where it had like the needles.
Yeah.
And so Just kind of like them. They're really cool looking villains.
Nice. Anyway, back to what I was saying though about Superman, and he was clean shaven too, so he didn't have that 5 o'clock shadow. He was completely clean shaven, and that dude has a jawline like no other. Like I'm not sure where they find all these guys for all these superhero movies with these crazy ass jawlines.
I mean, Teen Wolf. I mean, everyone is, even the freshmen look buff on that show. Like it's so weird. Like I see freshmen at our high school, and it's a bunch of like legit kids with iPhones hanging out their back pockets, snapbacks, weird haircuts with lines in them, and they just look like swag bags. And freshmen in Teen Wolf have like, gosh,
classy looking dudes.
Not quite classy, but like they're basically like sexy kind of people. Like, who am I thinking of? There's someone in particular I'm thinking of. I think he's from a CW show. I'm not quite sure though. But I know he's black hair. Yeah, he's from a CW show. He's on The Flash. The what's her name's boyfriend that died but came back is like Firestorm or something like that. The girl at Star Labs.
It's that's Ronnie. It's Caitlin Snow's boyfriend.
Yeah, Robbie Amell. That's what I'm thinking of. They all basically look like Robbie.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
All the freshmen in Teen Wolf look like Robbie Amell.
Lucky
all
bastards. Could you imagine if I looked like that? Or if we looked like that in flipping freshman year of high school?
Oh my gosh, we would have gotten all the women. We would be swimming in the women right now.
But yeah, so he looked so much better. The guy, the Teen Wolf Superman dude for CW's Supergirl.
Oh yeah.
He looks so much better in the set photos. I'm not sure why they didn't just release the set photos versus all the press photos. And they had a photo of him wearing the suit underneath like a white dress shirt like Clark Kent does, and like he's ripping his shirt open and stuff. It looked badass.
Oh man, that looks amazing.
Yeah, it's totally cool.
I'm gonna have to look it up.
Dude, it's totally worth looking at. I'm actually kind of excited for Supergirl. I'm gonna have to watch it now because of that. You got any nerd news you want to share?
Not quite, just because only like getting excited for Walking Dead season 7, but I don't know. I'm not really looking into Supergirl. It's not just I just wasn't quite sure about it, only because like Supergirl hasn't been very popular.
Dude, if Jed Bush thinks she's hot, I gotta watch it, right?
Fucking Jed Bush. If you tell your audience to clap, you're not worthy of being president.
Please, I love that clip. It's so sad.
Please clap.
Please clap, guys.
If you have to ask your audience, you're not worthy. I'm sorry, but you do not get the mantle.
Well, you did drop out a while ago, though.
Thank gosh.
I'm trying to think of some other nerd news that happened recently.
Oh, jeez, there's not much. I mean, San Diego Comic-Con happened, but
right, yeah, we touched on that last time. I'm not sure if that podcast will come out because we're trying to figure that out.
We apologize right now, ladies and gentlemen.
This will come out for sure. The last one might not, but that's no big deal.
It is a big deal if we covered Comic-Con in the last one. They don't know what the fuck we're talking about.
I guess we can do a recap. Do you want to do a recap?
No, what we recapped on, we're recapping now. Damn, I'm not good with words. But, so basically what happened last time is we talked about Doctor Strange. We spent a lot of time on Batman vs. Superman, what was good and what was bad.
Yep.
We talked a tiny bit about upcoming season of The Walking Dead.
Yep.
I'm trying to think. Doctor Strange, the magic bullets. I looked that up. That is real.
Yeah, you want me to give him like a quick dumbed down version real quick?
Sure, go
Batman
ahead.
v Superman. Patrick didn't like it. I loved it. I saw the Ultimate Cut. He didn't, so that's why. Doctor Strange and the Punisher have a team-up comic book coming out called The Magic Bullets, where Frank Castle takes on a new mob threat so powerful he has to go to the Sorcerer Supreme for help. So we were trying to figure out what is so scary about this mob that Punisher's going to go to Doctor Strange, of all people, to help him out.
Yeah, like not even Captain America. Like he's going to a legit wizard.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Walking Dead Season 7, we're scared shitless. I think you and I theorized that Abraham is going to get the bat.
Yeah, and I hope he doesn't.
I hope he doesn't, because I love his lines, man.
Well, it's not.
Save room for my freckled ass.
Well,
I want that embroidered on a pillow.
I want that like tattooed on my back, like all of his quotes. The reason I should probably just we can talk about it now only because we're like 30 minutes in. We're running out of stuff to say, and so basically what we're recapping on is the reason I don't want Abraham to die only isn't because like he's great. I mean, I do love Abraham. He's hilarious. I want a T-shirt that just has all of his quotes on it, like Dolphin Smooth, Save Room for My Freckled Ass, Who's Deanna,
Right.
Porch Dick.
Porch Dick's a good one.
What's my Mother Dick? That's my favorite.
Mother Dick's a really good one.
Mother Dick's my
Dolphin
favorite.
Smooth. Did you already say that one?
Yeah, that was the first one I said. And so only because like the way The Walking Dead works is it has 3 sets of characters.
Right.
Whether people realize it or not, it kind of the way it looks to me is it's got 3 sets of characters. You got side characters, which are people that haven't been around long enough, but they're still kind of important, but they haven't been around that long. Like for example, Jesus or the leader of the Alexandria, or not leader of the Alexandria. Well, yeah, Deanna is another one of them, but the leader of the Hilltop community.
Right.
Deanna's son, just kind of all these side people. And then you've got the next level from there is you've got main side characters.
Right.
And those are people that have been around for a while, they're now important to the group, like you'd be upset if they died, but they're not, as important as like, the big people who have been around since like seasons 1 or 2.
Right.
And so like main side characters, that would be like Abraham and Eugene, and just they've been around long enough for us to care about them. Rosita, or the gay guy, Aaron.
Right. That's his name, Aaron. We were trying to figure that out last time. We couldn't.
Yeah, I don't know. It hit me randomly. I'm watching the trailer for like the 7th time for season 7, and I'm like, oh, he points the bat at her, Tyrese's sister. He points the bat at him, points the bat at that person, and the gay guy. Oh shit! It's Aaron! It's Aaron! Aaron, no! Aaron! No, but Father Gabriel. I don't know what to consider Father Gabriel. He hasn't been around. He's been around for quite a while, but not enough for us to really care about him, I guess.
Right.
So I don't know.
He's been around, but like I just don't care about him.
Well, he hasn't been like around. I mean, he's been with the group, but he's just been kind of doing his own thing.
Yeah.
Partly because the episodes mostly focus on like Rick and Morgan and whatnot, and Morgan's just been kind of, or not Morgan, Gabriel's just been doing his own thing. Morgan could be considered a main side character. I mean, I don't know, he hasn't been around super long, but anyway, so main side characters, people important, but not like 100% important, more like 90-ish. And then you've got main characters, Glenn, Maggie, Daryl, Rick. Basically, people have been around since, like, the beginning. Because now we're entering into season 7. Basically, the bigger people are the people who have been around since, like, season 1 or 2.
Right.
The only people I don't know who to count, is Michonne. Only because she's been around for
I would say she's a main character.
I think by now she's probably earned that right.
Absolutely.
Because, well, I mean, she hasn't been around super long. Well, season 3, did come in season 3, and she's been with the group ever since. Yeah, I guess we could consider her a main character.
Yeah, I would think she's absolutely a main character.
Yeah, but anyway, so basically they hyped up Negan's arrival so much that if they were to kill, like, a main side character like Abraham or Eugene or Rosita, it would be probably to me, I think it would be an even bigger letdown than the cliffhanger. Because that cliffhanger, yeah, it was so stupid, and I was so upset about not finding out.
I saw the cliffhanger coming. I think we all kind of did. I feel like the majority of people probably saw that coming.
Yeah, because, I don't know, I mean, their excuse was, like, they didn't want to, they wanted to keep us talking about it for, like, all summer.
Which we all have.
That is true, but I mean, I feel like even if they did if they killed someone like Glenn, we still would have talked about it all summer.
Yeah.
So I mean, it was just kind of a waste.
Yeah.
But I mean, well, I guess we would have been like 95% talking about it all summer and lost interest when like Brexit happened and lost a little bit of interest. So even when like bigger things like Brexit and the Olympics are going on, we still keep wondering about Negan.
Yeah.
And so, sorry, I was drinking tea. But, and so basically, either way, it would just be kind of like, the cliffhanger was a huge letdown.
Yeah.
And I was so disappointed in that.
Really, you were?
A little bit, because I mean, I don't like knowing, I mean...
You don't like not knowing.
Oh, yeah. Because, like, they hyped up Negan's arrival so big, and we were all so excited to see who gets the bat.
Right.
And then we didn't.
I thought it was kind of perfect.
Yeah.
Because like you said, they kept us talking all summer. And then once the trailer came out and they're still teasing who it's going to kill, everybody's going to tune in to find out who the hell gets the bat.
Oh yeah, and if AMC's smart, they will kill a main character like Glenn or Daryl.
Right.
Because it would be such a huge letdown to have someone kill someone who's important, but not super important.
Right.
Kind of thing. So like, it would just be a major letdown.
Yeah.
To do this.
What else happened in nerd news? Oh, we have our villains for Spider-Man Homecoming.
Oh yeah, Vulture and the Tinkerer.
Yeah, Vulture's going to be there. The Tinkerer will be there. And also Shocker.
Shocker?
Yeah, do you know who that is?
No, who's Shocker?
Shocker is one of Spider-Man's lesser villains. Kind of like a C team, D team, no, maybe a B team, B or C list villain. He has like these gloves that shoot like shockwaves out of his fists.
Did they have that in like Batman though?
Did they?
Yeah, he was one of the villains in Arkham Origins.
Oh, I never played Origins, so I didn't.
Well, I don't know. I think Spider-Man came first. Spider-Man and Batman came around for kind of around the I don't want to say the same time, but they're both still pretty, they've been around a long time, basically.
Right.
And so, I don't know who copied who. I think Spider-Man had the idea first, because I have never heard of the Batman villain. I'd have to look him up. I can't remember his name, but yeah, in Arkham Origins, you have to go into like a gladiator coliseum to fight him, and he has these shock gloves.
Interesting.
And once you defeat him, you take the shock gloves.
That's kind of dope.
And so you got Batman running around with those like blades on his arm, and electric who loves to tase you.
Right. But Shocker is a Spider-Man villain that's been prominent in many of the cartoons and several of the video games. So his name is Herman Schultz, and he uses his electrical expertise to build a costume powered by vibro shock units. His insulated shocker suit can emit shockwave blasts powerful enough to shake off even Spider-Man. And crack open safes. So he uses it to rob banks and shit. He's been prominent in a lot of Spider-Man's lore. Like I said, in a lot of the cartoons, he was in the 90s cartoon a couple of times, I think. He's a character I've been waiting to see in a movie for a very long time. And when they said Shocker, got a little hard. A little nerd boner.
Well, I just remembered Electrocutioner. That's the name.
That's the name. Okay, yeah.
From Arkham Origins and Batman.
Yeah.
Electrocutioner is his name. But yeah, so Shocker. Now I'm worried because, I mean, granted, Tom Holland's going to make a great Spider-Man. Granted, Marvel has the rights. But do you remember the last time they tried to fit 3 villains into a Spider-Man movie?
I know. That was my first thought, too.
It did crash and burn.
Well, wait, are you thinking Spider-Man 3 or TASM 2? Because I didn't mind TASM 2.
Well,
It did kill that kind of...
Well, Spider-Man 3, it wasn't really 3 villains. It's just kind of like him versus Sandman. But
well, same with TASM 2. Like, they had 3 villains. There was a main one, one that showed up because plot, and then another one that was kind of shoehorned in there at the end.
Well, I mean, at least with, like, TASM 2, like, Rhino was still a villain present, while kind of Spider-Man and Green Goblin was more like Peter Parker and, oh gosh, Norman Osborn.
Yeah.
And it was like they were basically having an argument, so it wasn't really like Green Goblin being a threat, kind of.
Yeah, so, I would agree. And I am a little nervous knowing that they're going to do 3 villains again, because, like you said last time, last time did that, it was a little worrisome, and it didn't kind of work out in the fans' favor. But it's Marvel, and Kevin Feige is the head of everything, so nothing happens without his go-ahead. So, they haven't missed yet. They made a flippin' Ant-Man movie, and it was incredible.
Marvel knows what they're doing.
So if Marvel can make Ant-Man or Guardians of the Galaxy, nobody knew what the Guardians were before the movie came out.
Oh, not at all.
Yeah, so now the movie is out, and he's one of the most popular Now they're some of the most popular superheroes. Like, they have their comic book again. I don't think they had a book for a long time until the movie came out. So if they can do Guardians of the Galaxy or Ant-Man, they can absolutely do a 3-villain Spider-Man movie. Fingers crossed.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah. Did you hear about the suit upgrade rumors?
All I heard was like he was going to be an actual real life Spider-Man. Like the problem with the Spider-Mans in the previous movie is he was basically perfect. Like he never ran out of web shooter. He never got hurt. He never did anything.
Right.
And so he was just kind of just basically perfect.
Yeah.
And so what I heard what they're going to do is like in the movie is going to be actual real life Spider-Man.
Right.
And so he's going to be like a real life Spider-Man. And so he's going to, run out of web fluid, he's going to have to recharge it, and he's going to, basically...
I would love to watch him, like, swinging from building to building, or in, like, a villain fight, and his web shooters run out of fluid, and he just fucks him over.
Yeah, it might happen. I don't know. It's supposed to be, like, he's a young, like, he's experienced as Spider-Man, or he's an experienced Spider-Man, but he's not, like, he doesn't really fully know what he's doing. He's still learning kind of thing.
Yeah.
And so I think that'll make things incredibly interesting.
Absolutely. And I heard that they're kind of toying with the ideas of what kind of upgrades that they're going to give him.
Oh, like what?
Because it's a Stark suit. Because he makes it in Civil War. So they're talking about, well, what can this suit kind of do? They didn't say anything specific, but they mentioned in the interview, I don't remember who the actual person in the interview was, so I can't give a name, I'll look it up later. But they said, yeah, we're absolutely playing with the ideas of what else can this Tony Stark suit do. What was the other thing they said? There was a rumor of web wings, like in the old 60s suit.
Are you fucking kidding me?
They had like the web wings under his armpits. There's been rumors of them maybe playing with that idea in this movie.
Oh my goodness gracious. Why though?
Because it'd be funny.
Well, granted,
It's funny, but it's Spider-Man. That's very much a Spider-Man thing.
It's also a Batman thing. The wings. I don't know. Why? Out of all the things, I'd rather see the Spidey mobile. Okay, that's not true. I would hate to see the Spidey mobile.
Don't shout the Spidey mobile. That stuff had some cool moments.
No, it didn't. When did it ever have a cool moment?
Hey, don't be hating, man. Just let me believe. He drove into a river and he had to dig it out. That was a thing in the comics.
Seriously, you had to go and dig it out. That's kind of sad. It'd be like if the Batmobile crashed and he called auto insurance.
Okay, you know what?
Actually, I wish he did that. I really wish he did that. Like in the middle of like Batman vs Superman, when Superman stops the Batmobile,
right,
and he raises himself out of it, instead of instead of getting out to fight, I wish he just called AAA.
Do you have insurance? You
will.
better.
It's like
you punch Superman in the face.
Can you imagine just looking at that where it's like, you are the Bat Vigilante and you ruined my car.
And you ruined my car.
You're gonna pay for that, Clark. I mean, Superman. You don't know who I am. You're my butler. I don't have a butler. No, my goodness gracious, though. I can't fucking believe it.
Yeah, I think that's all the Spidey news I have.
That's all the Spidey news that is. So far, that movie's been really well, under wraps, kind of.
Yeah, they're keeping it a big secret. There's been some photos released.
Oh yeah, there's concept art of Vulture. Did you see that?
Yeah, some posters, Spider-Man in mid-web swing fighting the Vulture.
I'm actually kind of digging Michael Keaton as Vulture. At first.
Well, we don't know it's Michael Keaton though. That's the thing. They cast Michael Keaton officially. There was a period of time where it was he's in, he's out, he's in, he's out. He's in officially, but they haven't announced who he's playing, so we don't know if it is him as Vulture. So it's up. It's up for debate. It's probably the Vulture, but nothing official. They haven't announced anything official as of yet.
Yeah, so far, they've confirmed both, but not in the same room at the same time.
Yeah, they said Vulture and they said Michael Keaton, but they didn't yeah, that's actually probably the perfect way to say it. They said both, but not at the same time.
We'll see what happens. But Yeah, I saw the concept art. And seeing pictures of like Vulture from the original comics, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is gonna look so stupid.
I was
like
hoping
this,
for like the green unitard
I was
with
not,
the giant wings.
I was like, this is gonna be the most fucking ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my life. I don't even know if I have respect for Spider-Man anymore. But now,
Dude, you said, okay, you're an Indiana Jones fan, right?
oh,
Indiana Jones 4.
Hey, it was an honest mistake. Everyone makes mistakes. I mean, we have the Amazing Spider-Man, 3 villains at once.
Hey, you know what?
They just did 2. It would have been perfectly okay.
You know what, man? I didn't mind it, alright?
3 villains.
The
ending shot in the trailer.
Oh,
the opening shot and the ending shot in the same trailer. I mean, I'm sure it was clever at the time, but I mean, right now it's just, oh, honey, why, kind of thing.
Okay, I guess I can kind of see your point. It did bug me that Rhino was barely in it.
That's such a waste of actor. Paul Giamatti is an incredible actor.
Yeah, he's absolutely beautiful, and they wasted him. Okay, the more you make me think of it, the more I don't like that movie anymore.
It was...
Thanks, Patrick.
Well, Andrew Garfield...
I just wanted to love it. I just
wanted
wanted to love something.
I heard number 1 was really good. Number 2, however...
Yeah. Wait, did you ever see the first one?
No, I didn't.
What?
No, I never got around to it.
You never watched the first Amazing Spider-Man movie?
I never wanted to. I really liked the Tobey Maguire, the first and second ones. The third one only... You know, yes, I will admit I kind of liked Spider-Man 3 with Tobey Maguire, only for one simple reason, and that one reason was live-action Venom. That was the only reason. Granted, it wasn't great, but I mean, the effects...
I was going to say, I think that's probably the reason why most people hate the movie, is live-action Venom.
Not the character... Well, yes, the character... How do I explain this?
It was cool to see him when you're young, but when you think about it, you think of how much they ruined it.
Oh, yeah. I guess what I'm trying to say is, like, it's kind of like Star Wars Battlefront. Like, the graphics are great. Everything else is stupid. Like, seeing the symbiote and the special effects. The special effects, I thought, were really good.
Right.
For Venom. And, like, the character they wrote was dumb.
And then they casted that 70s show kid as Venom.
Yep, they cast a bad actor. I'm kidding, I don't know if he's bad or not. I haven't seen him in anything yet.
That 70s show, it's a hit and miss for me.
Well, then again, I haven't seen him in anything much, so I mean, that just kind of explains if it's good or not. But, they didn't cast a great actor for it. I mean, he was angry, but he wasn't angry enough to do it.
Yeah.
Because I think Venom's kind of an angry person.
Yeah, absolutely, he is.
Like, they didn't cast the right person for it. The story on how he became Venom was... Actually, I thought that was kind of interesting, where he's like, I want revenge, and then now, opportunity presents itself.
Yeah, I also didn't buy the physicality of him as Venom. I didn't buy at all.
He was not buff. He was skinny and scrumpy. Well, I guess that could be cool, because if he's skinny scrumping until the symbiote takes over and makes him, buff and powerful.
Well, even when the suit took over him, he wasn't that buff and powerful. He was still that little kid. Which is fine, but I mean, no,
really.
It's not. It's Venom. It should be gigantic. Like, I hope for an MCU Tom Holland movie they do a Venom.
Oh, I would love to see that.
I would give them all of my fucking money.
Adorable young Tom Holland versus big bad scary Venom.
Yeah.
But let's make him a little more experienced.
Yeah, totally. Give him more experience before they throw in Venom.
Oh yeah, because Venom's like a big motherfucker. It'd be like...
Yeah. I also want to see Carnage, dude.
Oh.
Fucking serial killer. Thrown into a Spider-Man story. So good. I love Carnage.
Oh my gosh, Carnage is I don't even know. He's amazing, but he's terrifying. He's well written.
He's a serial killer.
He's scary. He's scary.
Well, so, what if they did like traditional Venom for a movie? If because Venom was a cannibal.
Oh, that'd be freaky. But I'd watch it. I'd watch
he ate human brains. The Venom did in the comics when they started them, and then they did heavy rewrites on the Venom persona because he would go out and like eat human brains. But then Marvel wanted to market him as like there's a hero side to him. In Marvel, in the comics, and Marvel said, maybe we shouldn't like advertise. Hey kids, look, it's a cannibal.
Children, look, it's fine. He only eats people.
They'd be like, yeah. So they did some heavy rewrites when they wanted to portray him more heroic. Because they thought maybe kids shouldn't cheer on for Venom because he eats people's brains, and that's kind of metal.
Well, I mean, if people were cheering on for him, then at least I can understand, you know, playing on the hero side. But if you're gonna play on the hero side of a villain, out of all the people, Venom is not
Denim.
the G monster from Old Navy. That is not the monster you want to make a hero. Be like,
well, yeah, that's why they did such heavy rewrites.
It'd be like having Hannibal Lecter and then going on. It's like, okay, I know he like in this TV show Hannibal, I know he completely ruined Will's life and put him in prison for crimes that he didn't commit, killed a bunch of people, ate them, killed, like, psychologically messed with a detective.
Right.
But he's not that bad.
He was an action figure in a plush doll.
Oh my goodness. I would buy a Mads Mikkelsen plush doll.
Would you really?
Oh yeah, just as long as it has a thing where I can hear his voice, because his voice is actually really attractive.
Mads Mikkelsen, okay, I feel bad because I don't know much about Hannibal. I've only seen like a handful of episodes. Mads Mikkelsen is Hannibal, right? Not Will?
Yeah, Mads Mikkelsen is Dr. Lecter.
Okay.
Will Graham is played by... Oh my gosh, where's Dylan when I need her? I totally just forgot who plays...
And I can't help
Graham.
him because, like I said, I don't really know much about the show.
Oh my god, I will remember him at like the most random of times ever.
The puppy lover, that's kind of how I know him. See, dude, like, there's so many dogs in that show just from Will.
Yeah, oh yeah, just from him. For those who don't know, Hannibal, don't watch the show Hannibal, the main character is named Will Graham, and what he does is he picks up like stray dogs and keeps them. It's a really adorable thing.
Yeah,
and I completely love it.
He hangs out with Hannibals. Not Hannibals, sorry. He hangs out with cannibals.
Yep, it's totally fine. But no, but people in the fandom call it his dog pack, and I absolutely adore it because it's the most cutest thing ever. Because like even episode 1, like
he comes home to like 12 dogs
after picking one up.
Yeah,
like. It's in the beginning, but it's not like in the intro kind of thing or like before the intro, but it's still like pretty early in the episode. Is he's going home, he's driving down, all of it takes place in the East Coast, so it's in
New York-ish.
No, south from that. I think it's like West Virginia, I think.
Is it?
It's kind of in the Baltimore or Maryland kind of area. I don't know. I think it is either North or West Virginia. I'd have to ask Dylan again, but
right.
It's in Virginia, and so it's pretty much on the like kind of mid-eastern like East Coast.
Right.
And so he's just he lives on a farm kind of out in the country area, and he's driving down this long road, and he sees a dog, and he just picks it up, puts it in his truck, he brings it home, and I believe he names it Winston after washing it and feeding it.
It is Winston.
He keeps it.
Yeah, he keeps the fuck out of that dog. I've only seen up to, what episode was it? The Angels episode.
Oh, the Angels episode was fucked.
Yeah, it was.
Like, oh my goodness.
That was the last episode of the show that I watched.
For those who don't know, the Angel episode is like... So basically, what Hannibal does is everything you know about, like, crime TV shows, just throw it away. Because, like, this gets worse. Because, like, in stuff like CSI, NCIS, or hell, even Bones. Because, like, Bones, at least she just finds the remains of the people and does it from there. But, in, like, CSI, you know, there's a murder or a dead body found. No, and, like, in Hannibal, it's psychologically messed up. Like, there's a human totem pole where a guy buried...
Oh, I haven't seen that episode yet.
Oh, I don't know I won't tell you what happens, but I just know what he does is... It's not a spoiler because you can, like, you see it in the description, basically, on Netflix.
Yeah.
And so I'm just kind of going based off that, but there's a guy that, he'd been burying, like, body parts on, like, in the sand on the beach, and finally, when he collected enough, he built a human totem pole out of body parts.
Oh,
like,
that's
human
gross.
remains. And so what happened is, that was one of them. The Angels episode is, there was this one time where, this guy was, I think he had, like, the disease or something, I don't remember. It was a life-threatening, like, disease. Something you don't come back from.
It was a mental thing.
Well, then I thought it was something that kills you. I thought it was, like, cancer or something.
It might have been cancer of the brain.
Yeah. I just know it was something like...
He starts hallucinating. The killer does.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you said you didn't see the episode.
The Angels episode? No, the Angels episode was the last one I watched.
You didn't see the totem pole, that's right.
Oh, okay, you're still talking about the totem pole episode.
No, I'm not.
Oh.
I messed both those up. They were really similar to me. But, and so, what he does is, he, takes his skin off people's backs, and,
turns into like angel wings.
Yeah, he forms them to make them look like angel wings. And so, and it's dark and it's gruesome. And so villains in Hannibal are just, they do stuff like that all the time.
Yeah, and
like, it's not a one-time thing or like a special episode. No, it's just a regular Tuesday.
Yeah, and for people listening who are sitting there thinking, well, Hannibal isn't the nerdiest of things.
No, it
True,
is.
But Mads Mikkelsen, who plays Hannibal, is the villain in Doctor Strange. So there we go. So we get to talk about it.
Yeah, it also has a mysterious role in Star Wars: Rogue One that I don't know if it's been revealed yet.
I don't think his role has been revealed. That's another movie like Homecoming that's been very much under wraps.
Yep, we don't know what's going on with Rogue One. I'm sure that the movie's gonna be great. I just know that the trailer lines are so stupid.
What do you like about the Rogue One trailer? Let's talk about that. I love the Rogue One trailer, personally. I thought it was great.
Actually, everything was fine right up until it got to the woman, because just what they
tread lightly, man.
It has nothing to do with like female rights or anything or any like equality issues. I'm okay with a woman being like, you know, the main character. Yeah. What I don't like is just the way she talks.
So it's her performance that bugs you, rather? I
think so, because, like, Rogue One is, like... So, basically, every Star Wars movie so far has been, you know, there's a person like Luke or, you know, Anakin, and they're, you know, destined to do something, and, you know, they have special powers that they don't yet recognize, or, you know, they're this really, really special human being for some reason. Like Anakin, you know, destined to become the Dark Lord, or the Empire, or Rey, who, though we have yet to find out, we can tell she's special because she comes to Luke.
She has the Force, for sure.
She has the Force, and there's already theories that the newest one is that she's Emperor Palpatine's granddaughter.
That'd be weird.
That'd be interesting, though. But, you know, and it's finally taking a break from all... And same thing with Luke Skywalker, you know, just this guy who's, you know, just an ordinary person, but he has special powers that he has yet to realize, and it's just all about these special people and their destinies. And so finally, you know, Rogue One, it looked like it was finally going to take a break from all that. Like, it was finally going to be the end of that for a while. A good start, what I've been waiting for. I mean, it wasn't exactly what
You almost said a good Star Wars story, and the internet would have fucking crucified us.
No, I didn't mean it like that, everyone, I promise. No. What I meant to say is, what I've been hoping for is, I'm not going to get it, only because, but I would love to see it. But what I want to see at some point in time is a dark, gritty Star Wars war movie, like Saving Private Ryan style, or Black Hawk Down, just gritty Star Wars war, because even though it's not going to happen because Star Wars is now being marketed for kids, and it's you know...
It was then, too.
Yeah. But still, what people don't realize is it's the same thing with Harry Potter. Even though it's like, you know, marketed towards like young adults and children, and, you know, it's on kids' backpacks, they have plushies, they have toys. It's really, really dark. You just
Star Wars
and Harry Potter.
Oh, Harry Potter.
Both, because like, even though it's like, you know, all about kid stuff, and you got the Muppets and like, you know, Yoda and all this Ewoks, and they're cute. Yeah. But what you don't realize is someone got their arm cut off in the first episode. There was blood everywhere. Obi-Wan nearly slaughtered a man. Han straight up murdered someone by shooting them in the face. Yeah. Star Wars: The Clone Wars. Just watch the entire movie of that. That was dark.
That was dark.
People, even though it's a children's movie that got turned into a TV show, people were screaming and dying and legitimately screaming. It was probably the closest to a war movie I'll ever get, but, like, I want a dark, gritty Star Wars movie. Like, intense, you know, explosions, laser fire, and to take place during, you know, the Civil War, basically. And so, that's what I want. And, you know, seeing Rogue One, I was like, oh my goodness, this is probably the closest thing we're going to get to a war movie. And then she comes up, And she comes to the trailer, and she's like, oh, this person is wanted for all these reasons. I'm like, okay, we're going to get a badass female. Here we go. And she goes, you're wanted for all these charges. She goes, oh, it's a rebellion, isn't it? I rebel. And like...
See, I am on completely the other side of the coin. I thought that was so badass. Because they're doing like all this kind of like diplomatically almost, is what it's kind of teased at. And then like, what are you doing? And she goes, it's a rebellion, fucker. Do something. You're not, so I will. And she kicks ass, dude.
I don't know, the way I'm seeing it is like, the way she said it was like that emo teenage girl, like, it's a rebellion, isn't it? And then like, hair flip. I rebel. You wouldn't get it.
I thought it was badass, man.
I don't know. It just seemed more like an emo, like, very
like
attitude.
Anakin?
Yeah, it was very Anakin. Like, maybe she's Anakin. No, but
she's Anakin's daughter.
Uh-huh.
I think she's going to die at the end of that flick.
She might. I don't know. I mean,
because my theory is, and this is Mark Bernardin's theory. Mark Bernardin does the podcast Fat Man on Batman with Kevin Smith.
Yeah.
Mark Bernardin's theory is that we'll have Rogue One. She'll get recruited for the team because they're the team that goes and gets the plans for the Death Star, right?
They're the main team.
Yeah. So at the end of A New Hope, the first Star Wars movie, during the trench run, when Luke is going down to go bomb the Death Star and blow it up, there's Darth Vader in a TIE Fighter, and there's 2 other TIE Fighter pilots. One gets taken out, I think. But there's a TIE Fighter pilot that bumps into Vader and sends Vader off course, so he can't get to Luke. And then the TIE Fighter that bumps into Vader blows up. So Mark Bernardin's theory was, and I love this theory, I think it's beautiful.
Well, that would make sense, because in the trailer she's got, like, the black
right, so the theory is they're going to infiltrate the Death Star, and then she's going to jump into one of the TIE Fighters that is Vader's escort. So she's going to be that TIE Fighter down in the trench run. They're going to be gunning at Luke. Vader's going to be there. The other TIE Fighter gets blown up. And she's going to be the TIE Fighter that bumps into Vader and sends him off course and saves Luke's ass.
Oh, shit. That would
which is really badass. And the way he wanted it to end was, so at the end of A New Hope, you get that moment where Luke blows up the Death Star, they all go home, they land, and then Luke, Mark Hamill yells, Leia! And then they hug, but if you listen, he actually yells Carrie. But he's supposed to yell...
Fisher! I mean, Princess Leia!
Yeah, because if you listen to the take, he goes, Carrie! And they hug. But he's supposed to yell Leia. But like, so there's a part where like, Luke lands, he gets out of the X-Wing, he hugs Leia, and they're all celebrating. Mark Bernardin wants that scene to happen again, so we see that again. But then we go to the background, and the background is the rest of the Rogue One team mourning the loss of their friend who just sacrificed himself. End of the movie, a funeral, and it's only them, because only they know themselves. So it's like a funeral of like 5 people.
Rogue One is like the Black Ops.
Burying an empty casket, because they don't have her body because it would have been lost.
It's in space, they can't go get it.
So that's his theory. So they do something like that, fucking take all of my money.
I will take every insult I've thrown because of that weird teenage girl line where she's like, I rebel. I will seriously take it back, and like, I will kiss the ground that the writer walks upon if that happens. Like, I will take back every mean thing I said about her.
Yeah, and you're totally not alone. There's been a lot, when that trailer first came out, there was a lot of, what? When that trailer came out, there was a lot of iffiness. Well, that's just because, and conflicted feelings about that movie when that trailer came out.
The main character woman, she seems like a badass. She seems really cool.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about that line, and if her lines are all like that, it's gonna be so annoying because it's gonna be like watching a badass Star Wars movie starring,
Megasonic teenage warhead.
Basically, it's gonna be so annoying because like they're gonna get there and be like, we have to steal the rebel planet. Excuse me, you're not my dad. You don't tell me what to do, and that's not what I want from Star Wars. I want, let's go get the Death Star plans. Let's go kill the Empire.
Yeah, so that's Mark Bernardin's theory, and I thought that was fucking awesome.
Oh, that would be so good.
Yeah.
I would love that.
Right?
Absolutely.
How dope would that be?
Well, one of the cooler things, speaking of that movie, is one of the cooler things that's been confirmed is Forrest Whitaker's character is a character from Star Wars Rebels.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did they announce which character?
Yeah, actually. It was in an episode. It was I can't remember his name, but it was an African-American guy. And he did something that got his sister killed, I guess, in the TV show, when he met the main characters of Star Wars Rebels, and so I guess that's his character, like a kind of continuation. And at first I was kind of iffy because I don't like Star Wars Rebels, honestly. I really don't. It seems too ridiculous, and like, I don't know. It adds on to like, oh look, another special guy who can use the Force and become a Jedi. Are there no regular soldiers in the rebellion? Are there no not special people that just fight for, their lives? I mean, they're all special, but is there no like untrained, unsmuggler princess Jedi in that rebel army?
Right.
Or are they all just, special people or special Force users just waiting to, kind of like a sleeper agent. They're just waiting for the right words to activate them.
Right. I'm looking up Forrest Whitaker's character right now.
It's really cool. I don't like Star Wars Rebels, but I really thought it would be interesting. And one thing I do like about Star Wars Rebels is what they did is they did a continuation from the Clone Wars, kind of.
Oh, I found it. His character is Saw Gerrera.
Oh yeah, that's his name.
The warrior seen the Rogue One trailer asking if you continue the fight, what will you become? Was actually first seen in season 5 of the Clone Wars animated series when he was a young man on the planet Ondera.
Oh, that's right. Well, did he come back in Star Wars Rebels? I don't remember.
I'm looking.
In Star Wars Rebels, they had some people come back, like the infamous, badass, awesome Captain Rex.
Right.
From Star Wars: The Clone Wars.
I had that Lego figure. I love that Lego figure.
I wanted to be him. Like, there were, according to Star Wars lore that's still canon, there were 3 clone characters that took the chip out of their head and basically went underground into hiding when Order 66 arrived.
Right.
And it was Captain Rex. I don't remember if it was Commander Cody or not, but the big important people from the clone army. And so I know Captain Rex was one of them. And so what they did is 3 special clones, like Captain Rex and 2 other important guys. I think they took the chips out of their heads or something like that. They did something so that way they were immune to the Order 66 that turned everyone else against the Jedi. So what they did is they took so in Star Wars lore, I don't remember, the clones, basically the prototypes of the AT-ATs, like what the clones had instead of AT-ATs, before the AT-ATs came out. And so they had those, and they were basically living in a version of that, and just walking around a desert planet. I can't remember which one. And they were just living in that, all 3 of them together, until they finally encounter, the rebels from Star Wars Rebels, and they fight the Empire, like they fight stormtroopers. That's awesome. It's literally clone versus clone.
That's awesome. Okay, so Saw Gerrera is Forrest Whitaker's character, and in lore, in the extended universe, I think the Clone Wars show is still canon, right? That was kept in the canon?
Yeah, I think so.
That sounds right. Saw Gerrera, along with his sister Stella, fought alongside Darth Vader back when the Sith Lord was just young Anakin Skywalker.
Oh yeah, that's the Clone Wars.
Yeah, in the episode of War on Two Fronts, which aired in October 2012, Saw and Stella were part of an insurgent group being unofficially trained by Anakin, Obi-Wan, and Ahsoka Tano.
Yeah, and I heard Saw did something like get his sister killed, I think, didn't he? You could have sworn he did.
I'm not seeing anything specific to that, but I want to... You watched more of that show than I did. So.
No, I don't.
Really?
That's what I just read online.
Oh, okay. I thought you watched the show a lot.
Oh, hell no. No, I hate that show.
Why do you hate the show?
The Clone Wars? Oh, when I was a kid, I watched the first 2 seasons of it, but that was it.
That was it? I
didn't watch anything after that.
Okay, that's more than I've seen.
I've
seen episodes here and there. I never watched the full season. I saw the movie. The movie is the extent of my knowledge of that show.
The movie I saw, and the last episode I saw was when they first introduced Cad Bane. And basically what they did is they basically did a Negan arrival. They hyped up the arrival of Cad Bane so much. And what happened is there were a bunch of senators and Cad Bane, he held them all hostage.
Yeah, he was. I remember Cad Bane. He was cool.
Did a bunch of I guess he did a Negan arrival, and I heard he got a lightsaber, and it was yellow.
Oh really?
What? I don't remember what color, but I could have sworn he got a lightsaber at some point. How? I don't know, but again, I didn't watch the show.
Interesting, dude. If there's a character I want to see in the Star Wars movie at some point, it's Revan.
Revan?
Revan, he was the villain in the Old Republic games. Back in the old Xbox games.
I didn't play those.
You ever played them?
Nope.
Alright, so he has this badass mask, as most Sith Lords do, but he used 2 lightsabers.
Oh.
It wasn't double-sided. It was like a single-bladed lightsabers, one in each hand.
Like
so he like dual-wielded lightsabers.
Like Asajj Ventress in the Clone Wars.
Yeah, and he had a purple lightsaber in one hand and a red one in the other.
Oh.
And he has like he's armored, and he has this badass mask. Here's a picture.
Oh shit, I wonder what the purple one was for.
I'm not sure, dude. He found Mace Windu's lightsaber. I don't know.
I don't know. Mace Windu's still alive. They talked to Samuel L. Jackson about it, and they're like, "Do you think he's alive in the universe?" And he's like, "Yeah, sure. What the hell? Why not?" So Mace Windu did not. Mace Windu's somewhere out there.
Says Jackson though. What do the writers say? The
I
writers say,
think
"Fuck off. Go back to your Marvel movies."
Go back to your stupid.
Though Disney owns Marvel and Star Wars, so maybe
Sure,
Nick
why
Fury
not?
shows up and recruits Mace Windu
You know
for
what?
the Avengers Initiative.
No, what if that's how they get the girl? And for Rogue One,
I'm a rebel. I rebel, which is a badass. I think it's badass. You tell you what.
emo
It's
teenage girl.
Like in the movie, she's like, "I'm a rebel. I rebel," and the camera cuts and she's talking to Sam Jackson.
She's just sitting there where it's like, I want it. She's just sitting there, their simple home life, probably steals a fruit like Aladdin and goes home and eats it. And like Nick Fury comes out of the dark, goes, "I want to tell you, you're part of a much bigger universe."
Oh, I got one better. She's in the interrogation room with the rebels, right? They're asking her why she's doing what she's doing. She replies, "I'm a rebel. This is a rebellion. I rebel." The lights go out, the lights come back on, everybody's knocked out unconscious, and it's Nick Fury standing in front of her going, "Hey."
I want to recruit you for the Avengers Initiative. Just like, wrong movie, dude.
Wrong movie, dude.
I think the only thing that's going to bug me about Rogue One is I'm not quite sure about the rest of the team.
Right.
Like, they look cool, but I mean, I don't know. It's just the reason Star Wars became so famous is all the laser guns and all the futuristic weaponry.
Yeah.
And they don't have that.
In
Like,
what? In Rogue One?
Yeah, the Rogue One
Of course they do.
squad. Well, like, so
They
basically,
have blasters.
not from what I've seen. Like in the trailer, like so far, what I saw in the trailer is so the woman has a blaster. Yes. The other guy that was shown fighting, he just has like a basic bow staff.
That bow staff dude was cool though.
It was, but I don't know. It's just so far it
When he was
seems like
knocking those stormtroopers on his ass, all like Morgan style from The Walking Dead.
oh yeah,
That was cool.
it was cool, but I don't know. I'm just like Star Wars is famous for being futuristic and having all these blasters and lightsabers and all this futuristic stuff because it's sci-fi,
Right.
and here we are back in fantasy. We are in the wrong.
It was
hood.
always a blend of sci-fi and fantasy, you know.
We are in the wrong hood. This is not the place. We are not in the right. Like, this is not where we should be. We need to go back to the city. Like, we are in Compton and we're supposed to be in LA.
The Flash fucked up the timeline again.
So, damn it, Barry. Well, that's another thing that's happening. So, the Flash, everything's all fucked to shit now.
Flashpoint, dude. It was
yeah.
official. So, at the end of season 2, Barry, are you going to watch the show? Do you care
Yeah,
for spoilers?
but go ahead.
Alright, so spoilers for those who are watching, though I feel like if you listen this far, you don't care.
I would have gotten annoyed, like, just like the Negan cliffhanger where it's like, gosh fucking damn it, Barry, you stupid fuck. I'm done with you.
So at the end of season 2 of The Flash is at this very emotional point. He's very vulnerable emotionally, and he goes back in time to save his mother. When he does, he saves his mom from being killed. So that's where the season ends, is he saves his mother.
Yeah, well, I mean...
And it's awesome. I cried like a baby in that season finale, by the way. I cried so hard. It's so good. And in Kevin Smith's episode, Kevin Smith directed episode of The Flash, I cried throughout the entire episode. Basically, from the start to the finish, I was a puddle of tears. And I'm proud to say it. I'm okay with saying it.
Bitch.
Hey.
I'm kidding, I'm kidding.
It's so good. They made me cry with a single word. Barry turns a corner at one point in the episode and just says the word mom, and I started crying.
It'd be like if, Batman from Batman vs. Superman went out and went, Negan? I mean,
Martha.
Dad?
Martha. Oh, yeah, because it's Maggie
Jeffrey,
Negan.
it's Jeffrey D. Moore goes, Negan? Maggie?
Yeah.
What are you doing? I mean, Mom, Dad.
But anyway, so at the end, he saves his mother, which in the comics, and if you've seen the animated movie, that's the beginning of Flashpoint. He goes back and saves his mother. So Grant Gustin, who plays the Flash, on Twitter tweeted out saying he just read the first script. He read the script for the first episode, and he's excited and he's sad that he can't tell the audience what the title of the script is called.
I thought they said it was called Flashpoint.
So Berlanti, I think it was Berlanti. One of the EPs, one of these showrunners on Twitter saw him tweet that and just tweeted at Grant Gustin and told Grant via Twitter, "Go ahead, tell him."
Yeah, it's Flashpoint.
Yeah, so Grant Gustin said it's Flashpoint. It's Flashpoint, motherfuckers.
Oh yeah. What I want to know is what's gonna happen now?
I'm not sure. And how long is Flashpoint? Are they going to do a full season of Flashpoint?
If they're smart,
half
they will.
the season, maybe a couple episodes, or even one episode.
If they're smart, they'll do a whole season. But what my question is, so all the CW shows are connected. You know, Legends of Tomorrow, and Arrow, and even now Supergirl. What's gonna happen there? Are they
exactly?
Is my question. Are they like gonna legitimately change their shows just to accommodate the Flash, or is it only gonna like change in the Flash? So like in the Flash TV show, let's just hypothetically. I'm not saying this will happen. This is just kind of hypothetically. Let's say Green Arrow does the Thomas Wayne,
right?
Where
his dad survives and Ollie doesn't.
Yeah. So basically, like is it what season are we on of Arrow now? Like 5?
Yeah.
So like season 5 of Arrow continues along, but on the Flash TV show, Arrow is like a murderer or he's
so that's
a vigilante.
my question.
Or
is this going to bleak into the other shows? Are we going to see a Flashpoint version of every show? Like maybe just an episode from every show?
I don't know. Well, like I'd say
because in the end of Flashpoint he fixes it, so it's all back to normal, and his brother dies anyway.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean like. So, from my perspective, like, if they were smart, well, I'm not saying they are smart, so, like, if I were them, it would be hard to do, only because, like, in Supergirl and Arrow, there was no mention of Flashpoint, so, like, for those who don't watch The Flash, all of a sudden everything's different, and we don't know why.
Right.
So, like, say, hypothetically, you've only seen Arrow, but you haven't seen The Flash yet, so all of a sudden, Flash Season 2 ends with, him saving his mom and altering the timeline.
Right.
And so Flashpoint comes up, you're watching Arrow and everything's completely different. You're just like, what the hell's going on?
Though to be fair, if you're not watching Flash at this point, come on, it's so good.
But still, like say you haven't seen that yet, and so basically everything in Supergirl is different, everything in Arrow is different, just so they can accommodate this one show. Nobody knows what's going on, why.
Right.
I mean, granted they would find out, but it would come without warning and out of nowhere.
Yeah, so that's my question. How long is Flashpoint going to last? I'm sure if it affects other shows, it'll probably be only an episode of that show. That's Flashpoint. So
that's pretty disappointing.
Well, no. I'm not saying like for Flash is probably going to have the longest run of Flashpoint. But if they do if they do let it trickle down into the other shows, you might get like an episode of Arrow that's Flashpoint. Then the next week goes back to normal. So my question is, how long is it going to last in Flash, though? Or are they going to do a full season of nothing but Flashpoint?
That would be a really good idea.
Or like half a season and then let him go back.
I don't know. I think they should do a full season just so we could get, because like something like this comes around once in a while,
right?
Or once in a lifetime. They can't just season 3 is Flashpoint, and then all of a sudden they get to like season 8 and they're running out of ideas, so they go back to Flashpoint. You can't go back. This is like once in a lifetime. It's like the Negan appearance on The Walking Dead. You don't get Negan doesn't get a second grand entrance. You only get one.
Right.
And so that's, if they're smart, they will do that. And if they do trickle it to other shows, maybe episode 1 of Supergirl season 2, or Arrow season 2, or Legends of Tomorrow. If they're even renewing that, I don't know what's going on with there. I heard that show sucked.
What show? Sorry.
Legends of Tomorrow. I heard it did not do well.
I heard it was pretty good actually. I'm not sure what the ratings were.
Not good. That's what I've heard. They were not good.
Really?
It did not do well. I mean, I think they're coming back for another season, but I don't know what's going on. I just heard it did not do well. And then again, at the same time, I kind of agree. You got Rory from Doctor Who being a time cop. That's pretty stupid.
Yeah? You don't like it?
Not really.
I guess.
But then again, it's got like one of the canaries from Arrow, and I just can't keep up with that either.
Interesting. Flash Season 3's villain was announced.
Oh, who is it?
It's Dr. Alchemy.
Oh, is it Is he? I thought they heard, because I heard rumors about Godspeed, and I know Dr. Alchemy was confirmed, but I thought they were going to do another one, which was like Black Bolt or something like that.
I'm sure. In Season 2, the main villain was Zoom, but we saw Gorilla Grodd come back, and King Shark. Dude, fucking King Shark was Season 2. I know that's old news for other people, but I just watched it, so I'm still excited about it. But Dr. Alchemy was confirmed for season 3. His name is Alchemy's real name is Albert Desmond, who's a chemist who suffers from multiple personality disorders.
Oh gosh.
He has a law-abiding personality and a criminally inclined personality. And
Sounds like M. Night Shyamalan's new movie, and I'm not kidding.
And when he's under the influence of the criminal personality, he applies his chemistry knowledge to create the identity of Mr. Element, creating elemental weapons like bulletproof silicon.
Ooh.
And he ends up discovering a new element called Elemento, which sounds stupid. Yeah, it's common.
Just like transforming.
Which is like a magic light, which he used. A magnetic light, which he used to send the Flash into space at some point.
Oh, jeez. It sounds like Transformium from Transformers, the newest one with Mark Wahlberg.
Right.
The dinosaur. Shit, why can't... Age of Extinction, that's right. It's a Transformium in which they can return to everything.
Right. Yeah, so he gets sent to jail on his first encounter with the Flash and learns of something called the Philosopher's Stone, which makes me think of Harry Potter, which I'm okay with.
Which came first?
And he escapes prison, finds the stone, and uses the power to transmute one element to another.
What?
To restart his criminal career as Dr. Alchemy. Over time, he switches between two identities, showing a preference for Dr. Alchemy. I'm reading from Wikipedia here, so I'm not sure how accurate this is. As Mr. Element, he uses a weapon that can affect the structure of elements.
What the hell?
As Dr. Alchemy, he possesses the Philosopher's Stone, which once belonged to Merlin. By pressing the stone in various points, it allows him to transmute any element into another. An example, he can turn steel into rubber, or healthy oxygen into a deadly, so he can turn steel into rubber with the Philosopher's Stone, or he can turn healthy oxygen into a deadly carbon monoxide. He also possesses the power to transform his human body, having once turned the Flash. He possesses the power to transform the human body, so anybody's human body, having once transformed the Flash into a being of water vapor. You can also control the stone from a distance via telekinesis.
Damn.
So that's Dr. Alchemy. And with that being the season 2 villain, Barry's got his work cut out already.
Oh, this will be easy.
He's got to fix Flashpoint and then take this guy down.
Damn, that's gonna be tough.
Yeah.
No, sorry to interrupt, but I mean, I just found this really cool picture on Facebook.
Go for it.
That would you rather have A, the Green Lantern power ring,
Alright.
B, the bat suit,
Okay.
C, the Iron Man suit,
Okay.
D, Mjolnir, Thor's hammer, E, the Captain America vibranium shield, or D, any symbiote ever?
Alright, so let's break it down. So, I have a more complicated answer, because I would break it down. What would you want?
I would probably take the power ring, only because you can do it. I mean, granted, with the Iron Man suit, you have all these technological advances, but it's only the suit. It's nothing else. Like, I don't know if you have Jarvis, but even if you had Jarvis, it's only in the suit. You don't get the mansion, you don't get the other suits, you get one suit.
With the ring, it doesn't say it comes with the lantern, so you might not be able to recharge it.
Well, I mean, it's a safe assumption it comes with the lantern.
I guess, but it's not guaranteed. What were the other ones? Mjolnir? If I'm not worthy to lift it, it's worthless.
Yeah, it's
Batman
it's
suit is badass.
One.
Probably weighs like a ton, though.
Oh, yeah,
And I'm not physically trained to handle a bat suit. Iron Man suit is cool. How would I power it?
Well,
I don't have an arc reactor.
I would assume you'd probably take like this USB cord here and just
And
like plug it in overnight.
Shove it in the ass of the suit.
I would.
What was the other one? Or any symbiote? I couldn't
symbiote.
trust myself with symbiote. I feel like I'd hurt someone I loved.
Come on, Agent Venom.
Yeah, that's...
Agent Venom.
Yeah. But with my luck, I would probably lose power over it at some point and end up hurting someone I care about. Like my left toe.
There was also the Captain America shield. But then again, what would you ever do with that besides slide down a mountain?
I don't have the mental capacity the enhanced mental capacity Captain America does to calculate the trajectory of the shield. So I wouldn't be able to calculate where to hit something and how it's going to bounce. So
assuming you did,
with my luck, I'd bounce off of a rock and I'd take my front teeth out with the shield.
The thing is, though, like, okay, so assuming you knew how, like, the trajectory, like, every time I'm like, if I ever see a criminal on the street, I'm going to stop the crime. We live in a small town. There's, like, the only crime is, like, drunk driving. So what are you going to use that shield for?
Yes, I'd probably take the bat suit.
I honestly would take the Green Lantern ring, because, I mean, granted, it may last me, like, 4 hours. It's going to be the best 4 hours of my life, though.
Let's form a Justice League, then.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. How are we doing on time?
We're about quarter to 2 hours, or about an hour 25 minutes, so I think we should probably wrap this up here.
Yeah, we should wrap it up. Are we really an hour 20?
Hour 25.
Time flies when you're podcasting, kids. All right, I'm Caleb Rudd.
And I'm Patrick Leese.
We'll catch you next time.
All right, bye-bye, everybody.